Hello again, and thanks very much for joining us. And here are stories making headlines this hour. I'm Michael Nath. We begin business now from Abuja, where President Muhammadu Buhari said Nigeria will deploy more investments aimed at the provision of infrastructure and facilities for safe, secure, environmentally friendly, and sustainable civil aviation. This just as Aviation Minister, Senator Hadi Sirika, justified the current aviation fuel scarcity in the country, saying the situation was not peculiar to Nigeria alone. The president, who spoke while receiving an audience, the Secretary General of the International Civil Aviation Organization, Juan Carlos Salazar, at the State House Abuja, said Nigeria would support the ideals and aspirations of ICAO and achievement of its strategic objectives in collaboration with other member states of the organization. According to him, quote, Nigeria became a member of ICAO Council in 1962, and since then it has continued to make valuable contributions to the Council's work and its activities. The president told the ICAO delegation that he had approved the establishment of Aerospace University in Abuja to cater for research and development, as well as provide manpower for the industry. Buhari also pointed out that the Nigerian government had established independent agencies in order to enhance aviation safety and security, while ensuring effective and efficient provision and management of infrastructure in all aspects of the industry. The value of Nigeria's international trade deficit rose by 175.13%, from $152.94 million in January 2022 to $420.79 million in March 2022. That's according to data from the Central Bank of Nigeria. The International Trade Summary on the CBN's website shows that the total value of international trade was $28.77 billion in first quarter of 2022, with imports at $14.77 billion and export at $14.01 billion, showing a total trade deficit of 764.69 million naira. In January 2022, export was $4.74 billion and import was $4.89 billion, while a trade deficit of $152.94 million. The value of the trade deficit increases further in February 2022 to hit $190.96 million, with export at $4.70 billion and import at $4.89 billion. A massive increase is recorded by March 2022 at a total of $422 or $20.79 million trade deficit, with exports at $4.57 billion and imports at $4.99 billion. The report further disclosed that the huge dependence on imports has limited the CBN's ability to effectively manage the demand for foreign exchange. Minister for State, Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Awa, says the federal government is accomplishing so much infrastructural development amid less and depleted revenue. He noted that for several years, while the country had surplus revenue, previous administrations were only budgeting funds for the second Niger Bridge without executing the project. The minister spoke in Abuja while receiving the Open Government Partnership Award on behalf of the president from NATI Executive Secretary Dr. Oji Obunaya Oji. According to him, the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration has built the bridge to link Delta State to Anambra State in the face of paucity of funds. Awa, who urged the citizens to also narrate the positive side of Nigeria's story, noted that the people only talk about what is yet to be done. Nigeria's Eurobond yield with a maturity of 2020 closed trading on Friday at a yield of 10.6%, up from 8.9% at the end of April 2022. The bond is expected to mature in 5 years. It was also trading for 6.424% at the end of December 2021 and opened the year at about 6.384%. The Eurobond has a total face value of $1.5 billion and was borrowed at a coupon of about 6.5% when it was initially issued. Bond yields have risen in the last few weeks, driven by the increase in U.S. interest rates by the U.S. Federal Reserve. The U.S. Federal Reserve commenced the rate hikes in response to the record high inflation rate experienced in the world's largest economy. The U.S. inflation rate stood at 8.3% in April. As Nigeria's inflation rate increased to 16.82% on a year-on-year basis in April from 15.92% previous month, an expert is of the opinion that the current size or rise in the country's inflation figures can only be addressed from both structural and global perspectives. Finance with Makta Chief Executive Officer Makta Muhammad made this submission while speaking on IBrandTV's Business Breakfast.
It's a global issue in terms of inflation figure. For the first time, the U.S. over 40 years are having double-digit inflation. So it's a global issue, but we have our own structural problem, which have to do also with our exchange rate volatility. Just this morning, we learned that the exchange rate have crossed 600 in the parallel market. And when you look at that with the challenge we have with the Russia-Ukraine crisis, also when you look at the challenge we have also in attracting foreign direct investment or portfolio investors. So all these are major challenges to our economic growth. And also these have added to the inflation's numbers we are seeing at the moment, especially item. When you look at those numbers, you realize that the challenge we have, especially for household item, like one of the balanced diet that every Nigerian desires, bread, and bread is beginning to go out of view of the common man because of the cost of wheat. And you know, Ukraine happened to be the world largest producer of wheat, so we're going to see those challenges there. We also see the cost of gas going up, and which is a global issue already. And also, you also see that the cost of basic necessity, even including rent, is going up. So it's definitely what affects Nigerians that are going up, and this has added to the inflation. To make it a little bit bad again is we are in the rainy season, so we are not having the planting season yet. So cost of basic items, also like other basic items for like vegetables and others also are going high. So it's not a good time.
You're watching News Now on IBrandTV News Studios in Lagos. We'll take a short break now and come back with more. Stay with us.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. This includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081-323-43262, or you can send an email to alero.ogudere@IBrandTV.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on IBrandTV, where business comes first.
You're welcome back. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria on Tuesday in Sokoto called on the federal government to settle the 40 billion naira debt it owed the association. It said the debt arose from the haulage of petroleum products into Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara and parts of Katsina states by its members. Poor implementation on the patronage policy, high cost of production, high level of importation, smuggling, among other things, have continued to undermine Nigeria's textile sector. NTMA President Folorunsho Daniel, while speaking on the state of the textile industry in Nigeria and its lack of competitive edge, noted that its membership had shrunk from 175 firms in 1985 to less than 20 in 2020. According to the Nigerian Textile Manufacturers Association, the textile sector, which used to be the highest employer of labor, lost at least 117,000 jobs within 26 years, with more losses underway without government intervention. The association noted that the industry's declining export capacity have led to the loss of a preferential market access in the EU and the US, was attributable to inconsistent implementation of export expansion grant policy, particularly the perennial backlog of EEG claims and the inconsistencies in the implementation of ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme. The president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, Aminu Gwadabe, has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria to create a trading window in a bid to enhance dollar liquidity in Nigeria. Also, ABCON announced that they have developed a roadmap campaign plan needed to save the naira from further decline and enhance exchange rate stability. The ABCON National Executive Council said the move to save the naira was agreed upon by the body at the inclusion and conclusion of its meeting in Lagos recently, where it unveiled strategies for saving the local currency, bridging the exchange rate gaps and curbing volatility in the forex market. Weatherby said there was an urgent need to enhance dollar liquidity in the market and ensure stability of prices in the economy. These steps, he said, would save the local currency and the economy from the impact of election spending that has kept inflation at double digits for a very long time. Still to come, Netflix cuts 150 US-based jobs after losing subscribers. Details of these and more after this short break. Stay with us.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081 323 43262, or you can send an email to alero.obidere@ibrandtv.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on IBrandTV, where business comes first.
You're welcome back to watching Business Now on IBrandTV Lagos. Now to Africa's scene. Zimbabwe's central bank has banned third country foreign payments, except for fuel, in measures to facilitate critical sanctions to keep the economy going smoothly and encourage remittance of export proceeds back to the country. President Emerson Mnangagwa said third-party foreign payments are susceptible to illicit financial flows, which prejudice the country of its hard-earned foreign currency resources. The new measures also reverse the government's propensity toward the US dollar, which had the effect of undermining the local currency reintroduced in February 2019. The state pays in part its employees' salaries and COVID-19 allowances in the American currency. Now to foreign scene. Microblogging platform Twitter has informed that it has suspended over 500,000 of its accounts suspected to be spam every day. In this edition, Twitter said millions of accounts that are unable to pass human verification are locked each week. Twitter Chief Executive Officer Parag Agrawal, who stated this yesterday, explained the efforts of the company at reducing spam accounts. Agrawal said the company also faces the challenge of many accounts that look fake because they have no pictures, but are later verified to have real humans behind them. The United States Federal Reserve says it would keep raising interest rates until there is clear evidence inflation is steadily falling despite growth concerns. During the country's roughly 35-minute interview, the federal chair, Jerome Powell, repeatedly emphasized the need to curb the fastest inflation in decades, calling price stability the bedrock of the economy, and acknowledging that some pain in achieving this, including a slight rise in the unemployment rate, was a cost worth paying in order to achieve it. Powell and his colleagues on the Federal Open Market Committee voted earlier this month to raise their benchmark rate by a half percentage point, and the chair signaled to reporters at the time that similar hikes would be on the table at their next two meetings in June and July. He reiterated that guidance and stressed that short-term inflation developments will be crucial. Oil prices rose on Wednesday on expectations that easing COVID-19 restrictions in China will boost demand and as supply concerns grow. Brent crude was up $1.24, 1.1% at $113.17 a barrel at 0921 GMT, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude climbed at 1.69 cents or 1.5% to $114.09 a barrel, reversing some of the previous session's losses. Hopes of further lockdown easing in China boosted expectations for demand recovery. The country's authorities allowed 864 of Shanghai's financial institutions to resume work, sources said on Wednesday, a day after Chinese city achieved a milestone of 3 consecutive days with no new COVID-19 cases outside quarantine zones. Now, Eurozone inflation held steady at a record high, 7.4% in April, driven by soaring fuel and food costs, the EU's statistics agency said on Wednesday, lowering its estimate from a preliminary 7.5%. Inflation has soared over the past year, first on post-COVID supply bottlenecks and latterly on knock-on effects from Russia's war in Ukraine, which have pushed up prices of everything from raw materials to finished industrial goods. Price pressures are now so broad that even underlying inflation, which filters out volatile food and fuel costs, is well above the European Central Bank's 2% target, indicating that high price growth is at risk of getting entrenched. Netflix has laid off about 150 staff just a month after the entertainment giant said it was losing subscribers for the first time in a decade. The redundancies announced by the streaming service on Tuesday will mainly affect its U.S. office in California. They account for about 2% of its North American workforce. Netflix said the job losses were due to the slump in the company's revenue. The streaming service is battling an exodus of viewers this year, Netflix said in a statement, and these changes are primarily driven by business needs rather than individual performance, which makes them especially tough, as none of us wants to say goodbye to such great colleagues. In April, the streaming giant shocked the industry when it revealed it had lost 200,000 subscribers the first 3 months of 2022 and warned another 2 million were expected to quit in the coming quarter. We'll take a commercial break now. When we return, Omobolanle will be here to bring you more stories. Stay with us.
The cosmetics and personal care industry globally generates an estimated annual turnover of around $400 billion over the last 20 years. In Nigeria, the beauty and personal care market could reach 3.2 billion euros by 2021, making Nigeria the rising star in sub-Saharan Africa. Products for hair and body care are predominant on the beauty market in sub-Saharan Africa, where face products and makeup remain marginal but have strong potential. Africa's largest economy clearly has a lot to offer. The Nigerian beauty and personal care market is currently worth more than $1.25 billion at retail and is forecast to reach more than $1.31 billion next year, according to Euromonitor International. This includes a wide range of products from skincare items to makeup and beauty items. These are items that predominantly appeal to women and men alike to purchase beauty products, even though men are interested in cosmetics. Nigeria has emerged as the investment destinations of choice to international firms aiming to capture the beauty and personal care market in the continent. The photography business is a very competitive industry. Every year, thousands of talented photo lovers consider turning their passion into a money-making business venture. Especially in a fiercely competitive marketplace like Nigeria, in which it is very easy for anyone to buy a digital camera and call themselves a professional photographer. According to some practitioners, a new photographer who wants a standard studio can start with a budget of 3.5 million naira. However, one can start with a lower budget of about 500,000 to 1 million naira depending on the tools and cost of rent. On the average, the cost of photography equipment is around 294,790 naira. However, the price ranges from around 41,000 naira to as high as 2.46 million naira. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people with a vibrant movie industry that produces 50 movies per week, generating annual revenue of approximately $590 million from between 2016 and 2021, helping the photography industry as a whole, according to a recent research by the UN.
Are you a business owner looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081-323-43262, or you can send an email to alero.ogudere@ibrandtv.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on IBrandTV, where business comes first.